Alright, greetings everybody. Have another video, have more information to talk to you about, which many of you may have already heard this information already too, but then there's still some people who haven't heard this information, so I'm giving it out to everybody anyways. And my spirit told me that I should talk to you guys about this anyways, and that's why I had to put it on my Facebook page, post it up, and I forgot to talk about this. And that's why my spirit was like, hey, talk about this. And then I was like, okay, let me get it out. So the thing that came to mind is TV illusions. TV illusions. When you have been brought up, most people have been brought up to watch TV throughout their life. And if there's nothing that will wake you up from watching TV to stop it watching TV, then you just go on with your whole life thinking that TV is okay, and you go about your life thinking that everybody watches TV and that everything is okay. Because I remember when I was younger, well, no, not younger, but a few years back, maybe about 21 years of age, and I was sitting down talking to a couple. With me and my friend, we were talking to a couple, and then we were talking about TV. Somehow we got on TV, and then the older couple said that they don't have a TV. And me at 20, when I was at 21, was when I was really into watching TV. And I said to them, I was like, "What? You don't have a TV?" I was like, "What?" It just didn't sound right to me. It literally didn't sound right to me. However, now, after a few years later, and now that I understand what TV does to the human mind, it's mind control. Now when I look back at it, I'm like, oh, okay, that's the reason why they don't have a TV. And it made sense. It really made sense. And they was a very intelligent couple too. And it wasn't like they couldn't afford it, because they had a car too, very nice car, and it was very nice people. And these were Jehovah's Witnesses that I was studying with. Well, no, my friend was studying with them. I was a part of the study. That's what I was doing. I was a part of the study. Yeah, because I was already at his house, so I was like, okay, let me just go ahead and study with him. So that's how that happened. So what came to mind is when I used to watch TV in my other apartment, I used to watch this doctor show. And I used to really enjoy watching this doctor show because it gave me a lot of information back then that I thought was helpful and healthful information. But however, recently, probably a few weeks ago, what happened was I stopped watching TV when I was in my last apartment. I cut off my connection, my cable connection, and all TV connections back then. However, a few weeks ago, I recently watched that same show that I really enjoyed. I watched it at another friend's house, and then I'm sitting there watching it, and then a sudden feeling like hit me, like, this doesn't feel right. I'm watching it and I'm hearing the so-called audience people asking questions, and then you have like these other people asking questions, and like on the street and wherever else. And I'm saying to myself, these questions that they're asking, number one, it doesn't sound right coming out of their mouth, and number two, the questions specifically that they're asking, it just sounds ridiculous. And then it hit me. I started to put all of the connections together, and I'm like, whoa, this is an illusion that they put in front of people. And I was able to see beyond it and then figure it all out. So this is what they are doing on these doctors' shows, so-called doctors, because it's like, how can you, who is the viewer watching the show, how do you really know if they're a doctor anyways? They could just be saying that they're a doctor, because pretty much everything that's on TV is an illusion anyways. And you who watch it, you sit there and you believe it. You think you don't believe it, but in reality, if you understand the subconscious mind, you believe everything that you see and that you're watching on TV. So I'm sitting here saying to myself, this is what they're doing, and this is exactly what they're doing. Maybe not all doctors but the one that I know, that I watched, this is what they're doing. They have actors in the audience. And I figured it out. Nobody told me. I figured it out. That's how intuitive I am. And this intuition is like, wow, it's amazing how this thing works. I'm like, man, if only wouldn't have recognized this when I was younger. I don't even know where my life would be at. It'd be probably a lot more amazing than it is now. But I enjoy it, and I thought about it. I said maybe it was meant for me to really develop it now in this area of my life. But all I know is I'm able to figure out a lot of these illusions, and it's funny now. Now I can see them, and I used to believe in them, but I'm like, whoa. That's why I relate to Neo in the Matrix, and that's why I have the name Neo, because it's like he can see beyond the illusions now. Once he got out of the Matrix, he's like, whoa. I used to believe this. I used to eat the hair. I used to do this, and that's how I am. So, anyways, back to the TV illusion. So they have actors and actresses in the audience. And those actors and actresses, those are the ones who stand up and ask the questions. And for the TV viewers who watch TV consistently, even if it's just a little bit, because just a little bit, you still get trapped and start believing in those illusions. Those people who watch TV, you won't be able to identify the actors when they start talking. When they start talking, you won't be able to do it. But however, the people who stop watching TV and you're tapped in, tuned in, as Abraham Hicks puts it, then you'll be able to recognize everything that's going on. So those are the actors that are asking the questions, and I know by the tone of voice, the words that's coming out of their mouth, because words are vibrations, and if you're tapped in, you can feel those vibrations, and you know who's telling the truth, and you know what's going on. So they have actors in the audience. They don't have real people who actually asking the questions. So that's just all out of the rule. That's not even the situation. And they also have actors asking the questions from other places. That's also on the street to make you believe that it's real people, but it's not. I mean, they might be humans, but I'm talking about they're actors and actresses on the street. And on these little recordings asking the questions, those are actresses and actors also. And then probably the doctors who are responding are actors also, because when I listen to their responses, it sounds like it was rehearsed. So they might be actors too. So I'm like, man, this whole thing is fake. And I couldn't take it anymore. So I looked to my friend and looked at her, and I'm saying to myself, does she see this? But she's part of the mass collective. So, and she's unconscious of what's going on. She watches TV. So I'm like, man, I gotta get out of here. So I went into the next room and I just watched YouTube or something. I just couldn't take it anymore. It was just way too obvious to me. I'm like, this is ridiculous. So TV is fake. TV produces tons and tons of illusions. And the so-called reality shows, if you haven't discovered that these reality shows are all fake, and the more that they come out, the more artificial they are, and they're all actors. If you haven't realized that already, then you have been manipulated tremendously for a very, very long time, and your intuition has been manipulated also. So you have been completely disconnected from like your higher self. Your higher self is probably trying to talk to you like, yo, stop watching TV. Just like it did with me when I was brushing my teeth. I think I was in the bathroom in my last apartment, and then I just had one of those bing moments, and I was like, maybe I should just turn off my TV, disconnect my cable connection, and that was my soul speaking to me, my intuition, like, yo, cut off the TV. And that's what I'm telling you guys right now. TV produces and displays illusions in front of your visions. It's telling lies to your vision, and it's manipulating you till this day, all the way from the first time you watched it all the way till now. Once you stop watching TV, you'll be amazed at what things you can see and hear and feel that you never was able to do before. Because TV not only puts illusions in front of your vision, but it also produces waves. Since you got that cable connection, it's waves coming from you through your TV, and it's going to your brain, and you're getting hypnotized. So that's what I'm saying. So please cut off all your TV connections that you have coming into your home. Cut them off, regardless if they're satellite, cable, or that free TV. Because here in New York, we got this. I don't know if it's anywhere else, but there's this what do you call it? This free digital TV where you got like a digital box. That's what they was giving away like a few years ago. This digital box where you can get free connections, and it's all digital, and that's supposed to have you got extra free channels than the normal antenna stuff. But regardless, it's all garbage, and it's all mind control, all manipulating you. And if you really want to connect with your higher self, and you want to get this insight about life, and if you want to be able to see beyond these illusions that the government and everybody else, especially people, put in front of you, and you'll be able to identify when somebody's lying to you and telling the truth, and you can feel these vibrations that's coming out of their mouth, and you can feel their energy, if how they're feeling. I'm telling you, it's really worth the work. Just cut off the TV, and it feels good if you want to be connected with your true self, not your ego. And if you don't know the difference between your ego and your true self, then go ahead, YouTube, search it, and Google it. There's a lot of information there. So cut your TV connections off. If you haven't heard this before, then I'm glad to be the first one to talk to you about it. But regardless you have heard it before or not, if you're still watching TV, you're being controlled. You really, really are, and you're not living your free will. You think you are, but you're not. So that's all I had to say. My spirit told me that I should go ahead and get this information out, and I was like, okay, I can do it. It's no problem. So I'm a conduit. I allow, or antenna, I guess you can say. Information just come through. I get it out. Bam. I just do it, and it's fun. It's fun, so I'm okay with doing it. That's why I'm happy that I have my own YouTube channel. It feels good to be able to create my own videos and put anything that I want up that I feel is useful to the public. Alright, that's it. So I'm done, and hope you enjoyed it. If you got something to say, comment, go ahead and like it. Share it if you have to, if you can. Alright, see ya.